Hello dear participants, welcome to a new tutorial from Logi Tutorials presented by me, Sami Khiami. This video is part of a series of videos dedicated to learn how to create mobile games application using MIT Scratch Visual Development Environment. Uh, in this session specifically, we are going to target the issue of how to create a score label. You remember in the previous session we did explore how to deal with or create the health bar, and you're noticing that I'm just focusing on some of the partial issues and going step by step. And normally those things that I'm focusing on are small challenges that are not solved in the let's say the traditional way. Other stuff that has those blocks dedicated to it, no problem, or can be logically targeted directly without having lots of complication. So I'm trying to focus on those challenges partially on parts, related to those things that might not be direct to the point solution. So today we are going to cover, as mentioned, how to create a score label for your game or any kind of text that you want to add it to your game. I'm saying dynamic text that is related to your code or can be generated from your code. So that doesn't mean focusing on those parts doesn't mean that I'm not creating full games. So I created one video for a full game from A to Z, or almost Z, and I'll be creating lots of other full game. I'll be targeting full scenario from A to Z, and that might be very long video, or even I might be taking part of that, but I'll be finishing a full game. So you can start by the game idea and end by deploying your mobile game to the Google Play Store. So stay with me in this session. Score label. I'll switch to the our browser here, and let me check if I'm recording, because I did manage to record blank screen before. So in this session, going directly to Scratch, Scratch here. I'll make the screen a little bit, I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, just to give you a better view for the components. Start creating. Delete that, delete the sprites. And normally when we are speaking about the creation of a score label, one of the things that will jump to your mind, okay, so if I create a variable directly, and that variable, make a variable, and the variable name is score, okay, I'll see that here directly on my screen. This is not good. Normally, professional games, you need to have something more interesting than that. You should have something with a theme on it, something specific that has a character. Those things are not good for real games. So, and even that, the concept that I'm talking about will be something related also to creating. If you see at the top of some games, you might see that lives, bar that contains the number of lives that you still have, etc. So I'll be also trying to target that. Let's try. So this approach is not that good, so let's skip that. If you want that for testing only, you just can activate, deactivate that variable checkbox, and you can see it directly on your screen. So for a real game, you need to create a score label, and the problem with Scratch, you cannot create that dynamic type of text. You can create text, static text on a sprite, but for dynamic text this is need to be generated, and there's no text label anywhere that you can use directly. So what you will do is trying to create your own sprite that will contain all the digits from 0 to 9, then use that to generate your own score. Let's see that. I'll be creating a new sprite, and you know, like, there's some sprites ready, but I will be teaching you how to paint from scratch like your own sprite, and I'll name that score digits. Okay, and let's start with that. I will be generating. I will put only one. I will use that point here, the midpoint, just to be able to know exactly where I will be drawing my digits. But maybe it is a good idea just to have some kind of background for your digit. If you need a background for it, it's up to you. Like, it's totally up to you. I will not be using a background. I'll be creating duplicating. I'll name that 0, duplicate, name it 1, duplicate, name it 2, name it 3, name it 4. It will be auto naming. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. I need 10. Duplicate and duplicate. So the number of customs are 10, but the digits are from 0 to 9. Okay, so I'll start by creating my own custom type of let's say digits. I'll create that. I'll make that quite thick, and I'll change. I'm not suggesting that you do the same, but maybe, like, if this is a kind of shooting game, I might think of doing something like this. Like blood, tears, or it's up to you. Like, just be creative. Maybe go down a little bit with the, okay, so 1. Maybe something like that. I don't know, like, just do anything, maybe like your own thing. Just keep the, as I mentioned, keep the theme itself. It's not that good. I'm sorry. I'm working with the mouse, not with the digital pen, so I'm a little bit confused here. So I'm sorry, and this shouldn't be 1. Okay, this shouldn't be 1. So I created something wrong here. Like, this should be 9. So I'll copy it, and this should be 9. Okay, just adding a small tear here, and maybe a little bit here. Okay, 9, 8, a tear here, and a bit here, and 7. Maybe 6. 5. 6. 4. You can just fast forward that part. It's up to you. Same to here. And 1. And 0. Okay, so this is our set of digits. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can start from text and then change that text based on your preference. You can just import it. You can copy, paste it here as like images. If you like a set of fonts or digits somewhere, like, you can just copy it, paste it, and that's it. So for our set, what will be the next step? So just to show you how this is done normally, I will like make that 50%, less than 50%, maybe 20%. So this is the size that I want for my score. I can just add that. I will hide that score here, and I want that sprite to be shown like here. First step, I will just do a little like example for you, just to like give you an idea about the background, how we are going to achieve that. So for that, a specific sprite that I will be calling digit or digit sprite, or digit score digit, score digit. Okay, digits. So for that sprite, what I will do is first I'll try something for you, just to understand the concept of stamp. To use that part, or to use that specific custom in a way to be able to show it on the screen, we will use the stamp. The stamp is one of the functionality provided by pen block. The pen block is not part of the default blocks in Scratch, so we need to import that and use it as an extension. So you see here, I clicked on that button to add an extension, and I'm adding the pen extension. Okay, you see I have that list of blocks added to my interface, so I can use those to be able to use the stamp. Just to understand the concept of stamp, I'll go directly to the control, and I'll create a loop. I'll start by when, and I'll go forever loop. Where's that loop? Forever. And just to understand the concept of stamp, I'll go directly to pen, and first thing I will think of is pen up, just to move to a specific place, like just remove the pen up so I can move wherever I want, then pen down to be able to do whatever. So pen up, then with the motion I will go to a specific position, then with the pen again, pen down, and next step, stamp. So this is the like move, pen up, move, pen down, stamp. With stamping, this will print. You should imagine that this is printing the custom, that specific custom, depending on which custom I'm selecting, on the screen itself. Okay, so let's try that example. I'll give here in the X and Y, I'll give like random number. So I'll go to operators, and I'll pick random here, pick random here, and I'll go here between -150 and 150, and here -150, and 150. Now, for the specific like digit that I'm going to stamp, let's change the custom itself. So switch to also random number between 0 and 9, just to show you that how I can change that number from 0 to 9. If we run that code, we will see like the stamp of that different characters here, like from 0 to 9 for those specific digits randomly on our screen. Okay, just to understand stamp. And as you see, those, if I try to drag any of those, this is not a real object, like there's no sprite there. The sprite has stamp itself and that's it, like it's printed on the background. Okay, so what we need to do here is to be able to stamp the number, jump, shift a little bit, stamp the other number, shift a little bit, etc. Okay, so to do that, I'll keep this set of blocks here. And the first thing that we need to figure out, like what I'm trying to create, like first, I'll be using the pen to erase all. This is the first step, just to be able to erase everything here. I don't want that to stay after I for my previous example. And the next step will be something like, I have the score, I still have my score here. So what I need, if I have a score, I need to jump between the digits of that score and show those digits, and like when I stamp those, I should jump like for a specific shifting space or like digit distancing. Okay, so what I will do first, I will use the specific blocks, which is letter and length. So the first one will decide the length of my score, so how many digits I have in that score, and using the number I can decide how many like repeat I should apply on my code. So I will go and drag that one, the length and letters, and I'll see how we will be I will see how we use that. First step, I should decide how much time or how many times I should repeat that. So I'll repeat that block for length of what? Score. So I'll go to the variable and I'll say like repeat it with the number of digits included in the score. Now, for each digit for each digit I have like what's the number in that digit and what's the position. So if I have something like 512, the first digit, so the digit position is 1, but the digit itself is 5. So I will differentiate two other variable, but those variable will be specific to that sprite. So I'll go and create make variable. The first one, I will name it digit position. This will decide position 1, position 2, position 3, so I will know when I will be jumping between positions. So digit position, and this is for this sprite only. And I'll be creating another thing which will represent the current digit, which is the digit value, like 5, 3, 6. So this is the digit value included in that specific position. So make a variable also for that specific sprite digit or current digit. Well, let's name it digit value. So digit value, so you don't like mistake it with the other one. Okay, so we have digit value and digit position. So now what we need to do is to calculate first the digit. First I will set the digit position at the beginning to 1, to the first position. Okay, then we will get the specific letter in that specific. So what's the digit value? So we'll say set digit value now. Set digit value to letter digit position of the score. So get from the score the value that exists in that specific digit position. So if it is 512, so get me the first digit, which is, if this is 1, the first digit value will be 5 because the full score is 512. Okay. Now I got the digit value. Now next step is to jump to the next I need to stamp that for sure. So let's pen up, go to specific position, set custom to what now? Set custom to digit value, because this will be 5, 3, 2, like this is the one here. Pen down stamp, that's it. And we're repeating. Now, the only thing that we need to be aware of when repeating, we need to move the digit position. Otherwise, we will be repeating the first letter. Okay, because like digit position is 1, and if we are not changing that, like we will stay on the first position and we'll be repeating the same digit like more than once. So what we need to do is to change digit position after ending of stamping. We need to change this digit position by 1 for each cycle. But even with that, let's try that. We will see that the stamp will be, everything will be over itself like the other. So I'll hide those. You'll see that, okay, my current score is 0. I didn't set the score to anything else, so there will be only 0 here. Okay, but if I set score to the value score, I will set score to 400, or like let it be 512. What I will do is when I run that, I'll see that 512 stamped over each other. So this is not what I want. I need to do some shifting. So to do this shifting, I need to, oh sorry, I clicked on something else. Sorry. So like we, as I mentioned, like here everything is like a stamp over itself, like everything on the same place. So what we need to do is also to change the place or do some shifting. So I will shift the place where the stamp is done. So what we will be doing is go to not x, the same x all the time. It will be x multiplied by the digit position. Okay. Not all the x, like step multiplied by the digit position. So what we will be doing, so we will be, this will be the place where when we will start stamping. So this is the one. So I will use the operator like addition. I will add that number minus 131 or whatever is there, and I will add to it the digit position multiplied, so I need to go also to the operator, multiplied by the shift, like the jump, how much I should jump between different digits. So I'll put it now for 20. So I'll put that here and push that here. So now not all the characters or not all the digits will be stamped over each other. If I run that, I'll see 512. Okay, so next step is to make that more appealing, like we don't have to do that each time we're doing everything. So I normally keep like a ready-made like block of this, and I create like kind of a block ready to generate all that. So how I'll do that, I'll go to my block and I create make a block. And for that block, I will specify the things that I need to enter, which will be like the start X position, the add input, start Y position, and this start X position, the X should be capital. Okay, add an input to. Now the like start X, start Y, then I can decide the digit spacing, how much or how like what is the shift, the jump between different digits. What else? Maybe the size, and of course the number that I want to like show. In my case, number to show. Okay, whatever was the number, like, but it's something that you need to specify. If it is score, if it is anything else, so that will make your thing generic, like your blog generic. Okay, and that's it. So I will add those parts to the block. So set score, I don't need to set score. I can replace that with setting the score directly here. So I like not score. I can just set it here. Doesn't have to be there. Erase all, I will not include erase all because each generation of that will be erasing everything, and this is not something that I want. I should like keep that outside of the control of that specific block. So digit position, this is something included in that specific one, so it's okay. I will move it there. Repeat length of score. Instead of score, I'll drag that. Sorry. Instead of score, I'll drag that and I'll replace it with number to show. For the digit position, it will stay the same. Number to show instead of score. And now for go to X, it's start X position. Oops. Start X position. Why I cannot drag that one? Let's edit that and check why I cannot edit start. Okay, this is the name of the block. The name of the block is show label. Okay. And I should add something else and drag it. Maybe name it here. I've already named everything. Start X position. I will name that start X position. Okay. I'll name that start X position. It should be the first one, but anyway. Start X position. It should be at the start, but since we already created that, no problem. Okay, so start X position will go there. The digital spacing will go instead of that 20 that I created. The Y, start Y position is here. Everything else is done. Okay, so this is the definition, and I can now use my block at any time, just providing the block itself anywhere. Show label, and this is the start Y will be as example 0. Oh, let it be something like minus or minus. Yeah, no, 100, 160, and let it be the X. The X is here only because we like missed it up. We should remove it and repeat that, but I don't want to do that now. Minus 160, and for that one will be the digit spacing, which will represent the jump between different parts. The size will represent the size of the custom itself, so I'll put it to, in our case, to 20. And the number to show is the score. So I'll put here, I'll drag the variable score in our case. Okay, that is great. And since score is 512, if I repeat that, it will show 512, and I can use that for any kind of, like, if I want to test that, 1 2 3 4 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, and again, blah blah blah, and that's it. Well, sometimes I might need to have some kind of background to it, so I can do that for sure, like creating background separately, or I can just add it to my sprite here, but it's up to you. Okay, I can just add it to the sprite, or just add it as separate background, so I can just add it and just stamp it at the end or before stamping anything else, any digit. Okay, so it's up to you. I'll try that for you, like just to, that will give you another answer. Actually, going back to the session that I delivered regarding the health bar, so this is another method, and I will add that extra layer here, or custom here, just to give you a third method for the health bar thing. So I'll add here another custom. I'll duplicate and add another custom. That custom will be named differently. I'll name it background, and it will be actually only background, only with background. Oh, oops, not that one. Okay, yeah, this one. I'll name it background, and it will not contain anything specific. It will contain only a background, like black background or any kind of background, like maybe like this, and let it be black, or dark, like this. And we might have to do something like this, just add so, and that should be stamped before stamping any like other part. Okay, so I will go to the block, like to look under it, to be under it. So before stamping any custom, I will go and add, I'll switch custom before switching custom to digit value. So what I will do, I'll switch custom, let's go to switch custom here. Look, switch custom to background, and then I will add also pen down and stamp. I don't have to add pen down twice, I just have to add it once, so I can just remove it from here and add it here once. Pen down, switch custom to background, and I'll add another stamp here. So stamp the background, stamp that digit. Okay, let's try that. Ta-da! You see, I'm adding background to it. Like, it's not that clear, but looks fine. Like, it's not that clear at all. Anyway, I'll make it bigger maybe. So we didn't change the size also. I will switch, I'll go to that one, and I say set size 2, and the size is that size here, and I'll make the size bigger, like this will be that one, make it 50, and let's try now. Okay, okay, why I'm getting that here, I'm stamping the switch custom to background, then pan down. Okay, because it's bigger than the digit itself. This is why I need to make it as long, or I can create more spacing. If I get the space bigger, that will solve the problem. 50, just to show you the idea. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, blah 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 blah. Everything is here. So that will give you an idea of how to do like that. Also the background for the health bar. So using stamp is also a good idea, like repeating a specific part of the of your custom. Okay, so that's all. I hope that was beneficial. I'll remove that part of the background thing, but I wanted just to explore that with you, just to show you that there's another way also for the health bar, but for our work for today, so those are our digits. I'll make it lower a little bit. So this is the Y, so make it 140, and again those are our digits, and I'll make the sizing 30% again, and we can use that block anywhere to add our digits. It's up to you. So that's all. Sorry that took a little bit more than what I expected, but I wanted to explore all possibilities with you, including adding a kind of block to do the work. So that's all for today's tutorial. See you in next tutorial. Goodbye.